Hey guys, Dr. Kahu here, welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a new what if, and that is what if Minato was revived early, part 1. Now as usual guys, if you guys can, please like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, leave your notifications on so when I do drop a next what if, you guys are instantly informed right away so you can be there, be square and be first, you know. So yeah, try it, yeah, that'll be cool. And not only that guys, please take care of yourselves. I know COVID-19 sucks and we have to stay home still, but still, as the level starts to progress lower and lower, we'll be able to do things. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, okay? And not only that, guys, the like goal for this what if is 100 likes. If you can get 100 likes in 24 hours, then I'll drop this what if straight away tomorrow, okay? But cool. Without further ado, guys, let's get into this next part of the what if, or this new part of the what if, and that is what if Minato was revived early. Part 1. Now let's begin. Now, for the sake of this what if, guys, I'm just going to state that just for plot and for my convenience only, for this plot anyway, I'm going to state that Orochimaru has the scroll of sealings early, well that scroll that shows him how to find the Death God's mask to release Minato's spirit. And so before he does the Konoha Crush, he goes to said Uzumaki shrine, he grabs the Death God's mask, he kidnaps two unwilling shinobi, and takes them back to the Hidden Sound. There he begins to do the reanimation jutsu. Well, first he tries to and it absolutely fails. And so what he does is he puts the Death God's mask on. He summons the Death God. The Death God splits his guts open, and the spirit of Minato is released. Now Orochimaru jumps into one of the willing hosts that he has with him, and he gains a new body, and he performs the reanimation of the other willing host. And as the reanimated Minato is revived, Orochimaru keeps him in place just long enough for him to begin his experiments. Now, right off the back, Orochimaru begins to experiment with him the same way as he tries to with all of his experiments. Roughly similar to what Kabuto does to Madara, in a sense. But doesn't give Hashirama's face, but what he does is he puts more Hashirama DNA within him though, all the DNA he cultivated anyway, and it works. It grafts onto him fully, perfectly. Now, as he goes to wake up Minato, just to check if Minato is docile and is able to do things, Minato wakes up immediately, and he's instantly aware of his surroundings, everything like that, the new notions of what's happening. As he looks down, he realizes he's in reanimation. Now, without hesitation, Minato's first and only thought within his mind is that he's reanimated and he needs to release this as soon as he can. And as he's about to begin to weave signs, Orochimaru closes his hand and puts Minato back into his coffin, ready for the Konoha Crush. Now Orochimaru does not, in essence, realize that Minato is aware of himself right now, because he's too busy bloated at the fact that he is a chief subject not even the Third Hokage or the Fourth Hokage has done. And so, with this newfound power and overconfidence, Orochimaru heads to the Hidden Leaf, same as when the Konoha Crush happens. He kills the Kazekage, replaces him, and he goes up to watch the finals of the Chunin exams. And just like in canon, Naruto defeats Neji, and Sasuke almost defeats Gaara, but Gaara screams out like a little girl, and the feathers begin to fly, and places everyone under Genjutsu, and the Konoha Crush begins. Orochimaru grabs the Third Hokage and takes him straight up top of the Chunin exams arena, and the Sound 4 do the barrier jutsu, which everyone's looking on, and all the other shinobi are fighting the Hidden Sand and the Hidden Sound shinobi everywhere, and Naruto's going after Gaara. Well, Naruto's heading off with the team with Paku to find Sasuke after Gaara. So as that is going down, Orochimaru and the Third Hokage are beginning to have their awesome battle. Both of them are looking at each other, staring each other down, beginning to flex their chakra, cracking the ground as if they're powering up like Super Saiyans. Nah. But as they begin to show their worth, their mettle, it is made very evident that they are both near equals when it comes to jutsu capacity. So without hesitating, Orochimaru's pride takes over and ego and instantly summons all three reanimated Hokage. The Third Hokage tries to hold Minato back, but it doesn't, and it's unsuccessful. So the next best thing he can do is jump back even further. He summons what's it called, King Enma, and transforms him into the adamantine staff. Readies himself. He builds up chakra and places a sealing jutsu within his staff waiting for the fourth Hokage to be summoned. Now, as the Lord First and Lord Second come out, Orochimaru goes over to them, and they realize that they're reanimated, and he places the kunais on the back of their head. But when Minato is awoken, the third Hokage slams Enma into the ground, and a giant chakra ape hand comes out and grabs Minato, just long enough for the third Hokage to rush over. Now, just hear me out for this one, okay? Now, this is not on canon, but this is the jutsu that I'm making up to make this happen, okay, guys? So please bear with me. And yeah, now this jutsu is similar to the reverse reanimation seal that Madara does, but this is a sealing one, another one, a rare and dangerous one. If performed successfully, the reanimation will be removed from said user, well, the person that's using the reanimation, but they'll be permanently sealed until their caster that places that on them releases them. Now, when I mean permanently sealed, like they can't be sealed at all, they can't be killed at all. Nothing, but it will disrupt this chakra for a while, and so that's going to play a factor for a bit. So as the third Hokage rushes to Minato, he weaves his hand signs, which Tobirama notices, because this is the jutsu that he created, and this is in my what if anyway, guys, not in canon, just bear with me. And so he rushes over and places the seal on Minato. Minato sees this, and as the seal hits Minato, the third Hokage drops to one leg, and the sealing barrier that's holding him in place drops him. And right off the back, Minato wakes up straight away, grabs the third Hokage and jumps away, dodging the second Hokage's water dragon. And Orochimaru sees this, and he's like, "What? You damn old man! You dare to play with my toys?" And what happens is Minato pushes the third Hokage back, and instantly gets in the battle. He goes, "Stand back, Lord Third, I got this." And he goes around and he goes, "I'm not happy with what you done, but..." And he goes, "Don't worry about me, Minato. Just focus on hand." He goes, "Yeah, right, sir." Instantly, Minato goes to fight the second Hokage, and it's made quite clear to the second Hokage that Minato is faster. And as they begin to battle, yep, Minato takes down the second Hokage easy as. I'm not downplaying the second Hokage, but this Minato is roughly 90% his true power, okay? Because unlike Hashirama and Tobirama, they're weaker than their true power. And Minato's at least 10% weaker. But he can't go into KCM either, thanks to the seal hasn't taken its form yet, hasn't fully merged with the third Hokage, well, merged with Minato yet. So as Minato takes down the second Hokage, he goes to help the old man with the first Hokage. And as this is going down, Orochimaru is angry, and he releases the second Hokage. And what he does is he tells the Sound 4 to help, and they go to help. Now what happens is the third Hokage is doing good against Hashirama, so Minato goes to fight Orochimaru, and it's quite a mean battle. Orochimaru is no pushover though, as opposed to the reanimated versions of the Hokages. They're weaker versions of themselves. And so as Minato and Orochimaru are fighting, it's quite made very clear that Minato, even though he's not as strong as he used to be, he's still something else. Orochimaru cuts him in half, but Minato appears and starts a battle again. Orochimaru tries to seal him, does nothing. He tries to put a tag in Minato, does nothing. And it makes him angry that all this hard work of prepping Minato to come and help him is failing. And so what happens is Minato is about to slam a Rasengan into Orochimaru, but he manages to jump out of his body and slither all the way to the third Hokage, who's fighting first Hokage and now a released second Hokage. And as that happens, Minato deals with the four Sound Ninja easily by himself, knocks them away. But as they get away, they jump away, and Minato looks back and sees that the third Hokage has now done the Reaper Death Seal. He seals Orochimaru's arm and the two other Hokage, and Minato appears, stops the sword from piercing his body easily, and kicks Orochimaru away. But this gives enough time for Kabuto to come and grab Orochimaru and take him away. Now, Minato is feeling kind of sloppy. That normally he places flying Raiji marks on all of them, but he didn't. Not this time. He was just buzzing out there as alive. And as the third Hokage dies, he places his hand on Minato. Minato goes, "Are you going to release the Jutsu, Sensei?" And he goes, "I don't have enough chakra to do so, Minato." Minato's like, "What?" And he goes, "Who'd have thought my dream would come true again?" And Minato's like, "What?" And he goes, "I placed all my faith in you before, Minato. You died, saving the hidden leaf. I failed you then." And he places his hand on Minato now, and he locks the seal permanently. Minato's like, "No," and it's like, "I'm not gonna fail again. My hopes are still with you, Minato. I'm sorry. I failed." The third Hokage dies in Minato's arms. The seal is permanent, and this buzzes out Minato because he's a immortal unable to be sealed reanimation. He's fully living, like, he even looks like he's alive. The reanimation eyes, they don't look like, kind of similar to how Hashirama and Tobirama looked after they got the tags in their eyes. They don't look dead at all. They actually look living, more alive than anything. And so Minato looks more alive than he does in canon. He's still going to have his backwards and forth and looking like a reanimation, but for the most part, Minato is a reanimated living shinobi. And as all the Black Ops Onbu come, Minato tells them everything, and they believe him. They're all happy that Minato's alive. And in the blink of an eye, Minato instantly starts to chuck kunais everywhere, and he helps take out all the Sound Ninja and the hidden sand without hesitating. He blinks everywhere throughout the entire Hidden Leaf, taking advantage of his limitless chakra and his immortal body. He can't go into KCM yet, but whew, man, Minato is out to take them all out. He takes them all out easy as. He doesn't kill them all, but damn, they are scared. He takes them all out like a joke. And as Minato brings them all down, he senses Naruto's chakra. He looks over and he looks at Naruto's direction. And right at this time, Naruto's standing on top of Shikaku, where Gaara is, and he headbutts Gaara. And they both fall out, and this is when Gamabonta dispels, and Naruto and Gaara face off. Naruto does the awesome haymaker that sends Gaara flying, and he lands on the ground, and this is when he does the most heartfelt talk no jutsu of Gaara's life. And then what happens is, after Gaara sees this, and he changes his ways, he goes off with Temari in them, and he thanks Naruto, and Naruto for the most part blacks out. Now when Naruto wakes up in hospital, a lot of things has transpired. Minato has been now made the 4th Hokage again, because once the feudal lord found out, he was like, straight away, yes, Minato, I don't care if he's a living dead man, he's a perfect Hokage. Everyone's scared of him. And so, yep, the Hokage instantly is Minato again. Danzo hates this, but every time he's around Minato, he's scared for his life. Now, Minato is not happy about one thing and one thing only. Everyone blaming the Nine Tails attack on the Uchiha. They had something to do with it. And the fact that the Uchiha all did, Minato is not happy at all. This makes him so angry that the Third Hokage failed this bad. And so what happens is, when Naruto wakes up, he finds out what happens about, Minato there and everything like that. Jiraiya also finds out, and so does Kakashi. So all of them, all the ones before Naruto and generation, have an awesome, heartfelt meeting with their old Hokage. All of them. Every single one of them loves seeing Minato. Onko, all of them, they're so happy that he's alive. The child that will waste, the person that will waste everyone. And news of the 4th Hokage being alive is spread around the world, and this sends chills in every Kage's spine, except for the Kaze Kage, because they're not made the Kaze Kage yet. But what happens is, the Hidden Cloud, very scared. Hidden Mist, very scared. Hidden Stone, very scared, okay, of Minato. So everyone finds out and slightly pays homage to him. Now, when Naruto finds out the 4th Hokage is alive, he goes to rush and sees him, but Jiraiya kind of stops him. And he goes, hold on, me and you have a mission first. And he goes, but I want to see the 4th Hokage, Sensei. And he goes, nope. The 4th Hokage told me personally to take you on this mission. He said, this will be a vital mission for me and you. And maybe I can train and teach you this, Naruto. He looks over to Jiraiya, and Jiraiya shows him the Rasengan. Naruto's eyes open up, and he goes, and he goes, how about this, Naruto? You master this jutsu and you show the 4th Hokage, the one who invented this, and he'll be so impressed with you. And Naruto's like, okay! And so as they go to head out to find Tsunade, Itachi and Kisame come into the Hidden Leaf, unaware that Minato is alive. And just like in canon, Asuma and Kuronai catch them out, so does Kakashi, and for the most part, their interactions go roughly the same with Kakashi and Itachi, and Guy comes and saves them, but it's Guy that makes a note that the 4th Hokage is alive. And this opens Itachi's eyes so much, he goes, what? Lord 4th is alive. His eyes widen like... And then what happens right away, Itachi looks at Kisame and they leave straight away. But Guy couldn't help but see this happiness in Itachi's eyes, hearing about the 4th Hokage being alive. And this strikes him odd. And so does Kuronai and all them. So they take Kakashi back to hospital. And just like in canon, Sasuke sees that Itachi and them were looking for Naruto, not himself. So he gets angry and heads to the hotel where Naruto is. And just like in canon, Jiraiya is distracted by that pretty lady, and Kisame and Itachi head towards Naruto. Now, all of this part is going to go the same, all the way to the point where it goes to Lady Tsunade, okay? And why I say that is because before Jiraiya takes Naruto, he tells Minato that he needs to be the Hokage. He needs to show a sign of strength. Even though you're a reanimated Hokage, you still need to show a sign of strength. And Minato takes this wisdom seriously, and he agrees. So he stays there as Hokage. Even though it's breaking his heart and for him not to see his son right away, he'll listen to his sensei. And so Jiraiya takes Naruto to Tsunade, and they find Tsunade. Now, while they were traveling to Tsunade, Jiraiya taught Naruto the principles of shadow clones, and he teaches Naruto how to master the shadow clones to the point where he finds out that if he makes 5 shadow clones, he does 5 times the work, he learns 5 times faster, and Naruto gets this. So as Jiraiya teaches that, he teaches Naruto the Rasengan, stage 1, stage 2, and then Naruto himself has to figure out stage 3, how to compress it all without it. And unlike in canon, because Naruto has mastery of chakra, or mastery of shadow clones, he's able to learn this jutsu at least a good 3 to 4 times faster. Now, he can make thousands of shadow clones, but he doesn't have the mental capacity to do what his canon self could do, the one in Shippuden anyway. So for the most part, Naruto only could really push the max of 4 shadow clones and train himself that way. But hey, this is Naruto first starting. So by the time he reached Tsunade, and she puts down the Hokage, even Minato, she kind of calls it a joke that everyone thinks he's alive and everything. Naruto hates this and it makes him angry and defends the 4th and the 3rd and the 2nd and the 1st. He challenges her, takes her outside, and they begin their battle. And just like in canon, Tsunade flicks his little head away, and as Naruto stands up, he summons a shadow clone, and Jiraiya's like, Naruto's making a shadow clone. He opens his hand, and the shadow clone begins to compress the chakra around, rotate it, and Jiraiya's like, ha ha ha, this kid figured it out, using a shadow clone, but hey, good on him. Tsunade sees this, he's like, that's the 4th Hokage's jutsu, and as Naruto takes his stance, he takes a stance much similar to Minato when he has the kunai over his head, over his Rasengan, and Naruto chucks the kunai straight at Tsunade, and as Tsunade flicks it away, Naruto rushes at it and jumps, and it's about to slam the Rasengan at Tsunade, but she steps, and she cracks the ground, just enough for Naruto to fall into it, but as Naruto falls, and the perfect Rasengan that he makes hits the ground, it blows up the entire area, sending him deep into the crater, but pretty down, like, ugh, he craters the entire area, but Tsunade gets sent flying from the wake of the attack. Naruto's on the ground, and Tsunade scolds Jiraiya for teaching him said dangerous jutsu, but she admits Naruto's strong strength and tells him that he's earned a gift, but she'll give it to him tomorrow. And so as Jiraiya and Tsunade drink, Orochimaru still visits Tsunade like in canon, and they have their awesome battle. Now, when it comes to the 3 legendary signings having the 3-way deadlock, that goes similar to what's in canon. But what happens is when it comes to Kabuto fighting, he still fights Tsunade and Naruto, and he pushes Naruto much more than canon, because Naruto's proving a much more harder target. But Naruto was able to catch his hand still and power a full powered Rasengan, but a slightly bigger one. He puts more chakra into it, and as it slams it into Kabuto, it sends him flying, but Kabuto was able to slice him with a chakra scalpel before he hits the rock, well, before he gets sent flying. This injures Naruto, giving a deep cut on him. Tsunade goes through that blood, all that phase where she sees all this blood, but she gets over it. She heals Naruto, activates Byakugo Seal, and defeats Orochimaru. Orochimaru goes to lick his wounds, and Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Naruto head back to the Hidden Leaf. Now, as they get back, the 4th Hokage has made a special request to meet Naruto. Naruto's so excited to meet his idol, his dream, the person that he's always wanted to beat. Lady Tsunade gives Naruto the necklace and also agrees to become the head medical ninja. So she goes off and heals Lee and all the other shinobi. She performs the surgery on Lee, so that still goes down roughly the same. Now, when Naruto walks into the Hokage's office, Jiraiya tells Naruto not to be scared and just take it in the stride. So when Naruto walks in and sees the 4th Hokage, he's like, takes a deep breath, his heart kind of stops, and Minato smiles. He's trying to hold back his excitement, but Minato just can't help it. He breaks his code. He goes, Naruto Uzumaki. He instantly appears right in front of Naruto, and Naruto is shocked to see this. The Nine Tails within Naruto is really scared, but he's being quiet about it. He's gritting his teeth. He feels the other Nine Tails chakra and Minato's, but he's really scared of Minato. And he doesn't say shit, doesn't mouth out nothing at all. And as Minato stands in front of Naruto, he goes down to him and goes, Naruto Uzumaki, it is a pleasure to meet you. Naruto is shocked to see the 4th Hokage, and he goes, I would like to apologize to you in advance though, Naruto. He places his head down, and Naruto's like, why Lord 4th? And he goes, you have not noticed it, Naruto, haven't you? Jiraiya walks in with a big smile on his face, and so does Kakashi. Even though he was slightly injured, Kakashi still comes in. He needs to see this anyway. And as Jiraiya and Kakashi Sensei, he goes, Kakashi Sensei, what are you doing at the hospital? Jiraiya Sensei, what the? And why is the 4th Hokage apologizing? And Minato goes, I'm sorry Naruto, my son. I failed you. I failed as a Hokage, and I failed you as a father. This breaks Naruto's heart, and he has the same similar interaction as Shippuden. Punches his gut and makes him like cough, and then from there they have that awesome catch up. They have an awesome catch up, and Minato states to Naruto, from here on you're gonna be moving with me to the Hokage building. You're gonna be living with me, and I'll be training you, my son. And he goes, well, not right away anyway. Jiraiya Sensei has other matters. And he goes, huh? Jiraiya Sensei? But he goes, that's right, Naruto. About that. And just as they all interact upon this, Sasuke is being taken by the Sound 4 ninja earlier than canon, okay? Much earlier than canon. And they rush, and Sasuke goes with them. Jealous of Naruto and jealous of the 4th Hokage, everything like that. He leaves the same, okay? He does the same and leaves. And when the Sasuke retrieval arc happens, he gets pretty far, but everyone still helps out the same. Gaara, Lee, all of that. And Naruto stands off against Sasuke in the valley's end, and he begins the battle. And just like in canon, Sasuke and Naruto duke it up mean. The battle's mean, but inevitably it ends the same way, with Sasuke beating Naruto just slightly this time, and he still leaves. Naruto wakes up in hospital with the 4th Hokage and Jiraiya standing there, and Jiraiya goes, do you want to get stronger with Naruto? And he goes, yes. And looks at his father, can you? And he goes, Naruto, right now your father needs to adapt to the life that he has been given again. So for now, you're going to be coming with me. I will make you stronger. You trusted me to teach you the Rasengan right, and you learned it right as my student. And Naruto smiles and goes, yes, Sensei. And then Minato goes, this will be a good thing for you, son. And when you come back, me and you will have all the time in the world, okay? And Naruto smiles. So what happens is Naruto and Jiraiya still head off for the 2.5 years, and Minato is the Hokage, with Tsunade being the head medical ninja, okay? But yeah. But that's where I'm going to leave this what if, guys. I hope you like this. Please like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Turn on your notification bell so you can always catch on to my awesome what ifs. Yeah, so you get what I mean. And not only that, guys, if you guys want this what if to come out tomorrow, make sure you guys make the 100 likes, and I'll bring this next part right away out tomorrow, okay, guys? But cool. Now, without further ado, guys, this is Dr. Kahu saying peace.